Excuse me. Is there a problem? Well, I couldn't help but notice a bunch of you bloodsuckers ganging up on a frail little human. I don't know about you, but that seems a little unfair, don't you think? What a foul mouth you got there. And here I thought vampires were supposed to be proper and classy, not crude and sloppy. Alright, I'll stay out of it. Only if you let the kid go. Because you and I both know there's more than one way to get exactly what you need. How many times do I need to remind you mosquitoes that humans ain't free food? Just because you're stronger than them doesn't mean you can just take advantage of them. Really? Not taking advantage of them, huh? And what exactly on their face screams, "I've given consent to be a blood donor to a bunch of thirsty bloodsuckers today"? Maybe I am looking for a fight. Ugh, and you picked a bad time to go without taking a shower. Here, try this. A specialized pepper spray mixed with all sorts of stuff to decrease vitamin D. It's apparently got a strong kick to it, especially for vampires. Oh, you poor thing. You actually thought I couldn't use my fist correctly. And stay away, you cryptid leeches. Hey, you okay, kid? Don't thank me. Someone has to put those idiots in their place. Anyway, I'll see you around. Huh? I'm just a nobody. A stranger, if you will. Look, I appreciate the sentiment, but there's no need to repay me. You're not gonna let this go, are you? Fine. What do you want? I already told you, I'm a nobody. I don't need to give a name. Can I what? Kid, do I look like your stereotypical retired karate master who goes around and spends an entire montage teaching people karate or whatever? The answer is no. You're getting on my nerves, you know that? I'm not that cool. It's the truth, though. If I was cool, I wouldn't be considered the social outcast who gets into a lot of fights with those cryptid leeches. No. Well, not exactly. I'm technically one of them, but at the same time, I am not. Of course you don't get it. Look, to put it as simply as I can, I am a Dhampir. Yes, a Dhampir. Basically, a type of vampire that's generally more on the human side than the vampire side. You see, I have a mom, 3 aunts, 5 uncles, and I assume a couple of my cousins, who are all Dhampirs. My dad and my grandfather are human. My grandmother was a Dhampir too, though she was more on the hybrid side, half human, half vampire. My great-grandma was a pure-blood vampire who fell in love with my great-grandfather, who was, in fact, a human. So I guess that makes me 75% human and 25% vampire? I don't know the specifics. That's actually one of the advantages of being a Dhampir. You don't need to suck blood for sustenance, although you do have the problem of having a higher calorie intake. Oh, trust me, you should see how much I eat. People often joke that I must be a Saiyan due to how much I eat and still look like a twig. It could have been a lot worse, though. You see, vampires are known to be chronically suffering from vitamin D deficiency. For most, especially the older generation, that would be a death sentence. For us Dhampirs, the worst can be, I don't know, cancer? Being more susceptible to it, at least. But enough about me. How in the world did you get crossed up with a bunch of vampires? Oh, an ambush. Yeah, they tend to do that. Which is weird, because most people would expect that type of behavior from werewolves, since, they got their pack or whatever. But nah. They have plenty of other sources of meat for that kind of stuff. Yeah, werewolves are a thing. Did you just move here or something? Of course you did, because why else would you not know a thing or two about this stuff? With that said, let me make it clear. The supernatural isn't just some government conspiracy theory that's shrouded in mystery. No, everyone knows about it. In fact, we all joke about how the media makes this some kind of dumb trope that hasn't already been played for the upteenth time now. Oh, you poor thing. You look so surprised. Damn, you really must have been sheltered as a kid. So, random question. Do you have anything better to do? I'm asking because you're following me like a moth to a flame. Look, I already told you, I'm not cool. If anything, I'm weird. You really don't think I'm weird? That's funny coming from a human. I'm just saying, what kind of species goes around picking fights with anything that moves? Let alone it probably being 5 times your size. It's also weird how you're all so extremely diverse. Like I can go from one place on this planet to the next and have a completely different experience. Especially in the US. If I were an alien, I would be expecting that level of culture shock from traveling to different planets, not being on the same one. You still don't think I'm weird? Well, thanks, I guess. Seriously, you got nothing better to do? Of course you don't. Why what? Why do I get into fights with my vampiric kin? Well, maybe if you were constantly stigmatized for being this wannabe superior offspring, and everyone telling you that you have it easy, maybe then you'll understand why I get into fights quite often. Look, it doesn't make a difference if we're just a mock-up for the real thing. A-holes will be a-holes. You can't change that. Just like how they can't change my heritage. At least you get it. That's nice. Hold up. You want to be friends with me? You. Being friends. With me. Are you sure? Do you know what you're getting into? All right. If it means getting you off my back, then I guess we can be friends. Say, how about we go get a bite to eat? It's my treat. Cool. I know a great spot. I go there all the time. It's like a mini buffet for me. Oh, you'll see. No. Vacuuming now? But I'm halfway done. Bleh. I was doing so good. Oh, come on. How's he running 2 vacuums at once? Thank you to the Mad Q for the coffee donation.